Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to my channel and welcome back to this series. So, in my last video, I told you that there are certain ways we can make this code a little more shorter, or rather, this control a little more slim. And what I was trying to do was to move it to an issue service. And we can obviously do that using test driven development. The question is, how do we do that? Now, if you have already figured that out, then it's a video which you can probably skip, or you can jump along and see how I'm doing it. So what I will do is, first of all, I'll create a service class. So over here, I'll have this issue service and I'll have a test for this. Okay. I don't need the page list test because that is kind of a little integration level. We won't make too much changes there. But at the bare minimum, from the service, what are we expecting? We're expecting that it gives issues based on state passed. So then I'll have a project, I'll have two issues, and through the service, I will ensure that what I'm getting is the correct issue. So I have my factory. I have this as one of my issue. And one more. This one is closed. And then in here, I'll create an instance of the service. I'll let Laravel give me the instance. And then I'm expecting that I'll have issues, which is the service, and I should have a method in here called getIssueList. And what should that getIssueList function get? Let's look at our controller. So I need the state and I need the project. So why don't we do that? Why don't we first define the function? It's a little weird, honestly, to not have the function and write the basic test. What I'll do is I'm expecting a string, which is the state, and maybe the project. So project, okay. And in here, so what I can do is state, it can be issue state enum open value, and the other one is project. Why is it complaining? Void method get issue list result used. Okay, because I have a void in here, I'm not returning anything. Fine, it will come up. What I can do is, at least so that it's not distracting, issue query page. Actually, yeah, just why don't we? That's too much discipline. I can simply do this, and yeah, rest everything is fine. I don't need the variable. I can simply do return. What does this return us? It returns us a length aware paginator. So why don't we do that? Length aware paginator. And now my test should not complain. Where is my test? Yeah, that squiggly line is gone. And because we have it here, I can say my issue is, I'll first inject that issue service, $issue service, and everything in here becomes issue service this, I pass the state, and I pass the project. That's it. Now, how do we confirm that this is working fine? Well, that's why we have our tests. So two of them are failing. Beautiful. Let's see why that is failing. Um, it says there's a problem. It is getting a 500. 500 is coming because of, I'm not able to understand what that issue is. Let me run that test again. Fail to connect to localhost port 8080 is a different thing. Update is not defined. Well, that's a bit weird. I understand why this is complaining. At least that issue will go away. So I've had 3 issues failing. Now I have no issues failing, and I have one which is risky because I'm not asserting anything. Okay. And this is my um, PHP artisan. The reverb thing is not running. That's why that issue is coming up. That's my bad. I have cleared the log. Now it should not come. But this is fine. So now let's go back to our service. We have our service. We haven't completed our test. We have issues. So now what do we expect? I expect my issues to be an instance of length aware paginator and issues, each of them, right, to have keys, yeah, to have keys which is assigned and author. How do I know that? Well, if you see in my query, see that this test is going to happen, we will do that, but we also have a with condition. So that is something which we need to test, and that's why I'm showing you. This is one thing of testing the keys, whether they are present or not, and issues count to be equal to 1. This is what I'm expecting, because I have created 2 issues, and based on the query, what I should get is not this one, only this one. So let's see. Perfect. This is working. And now I'm going to introduce you to a nice little thing. I think I have used it previously. I don't remember. I can do a search maybe with. Oh, the problem is with is being called in multiple times. Are there any? Yes, this data set. This is what I was talking about. So I have data set, which is this, right? So I run this test based on these 2 JSON files. So similarly, in here, what I will do is, see, we are trying to test that when close is passed, we get one result, and when open is passed, we get one result. So a simple option is I do with, pass the data set, and in here I'm not going to send some random thing. Okay, I can, I think that will be more verbose. I was thinking of doing these values. That works if I simply do this. Okay, if you see right now, a 160 test, but rather let me do an only. Okay, there are 8 assertions. How is that? So this is one assertion, second, third, and fourth. Now these are 2. So, and then we have two values, so we can literally double. But this values is, if I had a lot of values, I would have used it, but right now I have only two, so I'm thinking I'll just do this opened and closed the values of them. I know if I increase one more state, this test will be invalid. I mean, it will be incomplete, not invalid, but the chances are less. And what then I will do is this test, I will make that into values. But right now I'm thinking this reads a bit better, because later on, if I'm looking at this file, I will understand that, okay, I am testing for both the states. So that is a little more comforting for me. But yeah, there's no problem if you directly do values. You just need to ensure that that's the direct thing that you are passing. So yeah, all tests are passing. We have 160 tests, 287 assertions, and this is the refactor. So our controller is a little more slim and the service is doing its job, and we have a test for that. So yeah, that's about it, guys. That's the improvement which we were able to do by offloading some task to the service class, and we are able to test it as well. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, then do click on the thumbs up icon and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.